So here are 3 Asperger girl symptoms that you probably just haven't even noticed. All that's coming up. Hey guys, welcome back to the Aspie world. My name is Dan. I have Asperger's syndrome, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos on this type of content. So if you're new around here and you'd like to learn more about that subject, remember to hit the subscribe button by clicking that notification bell down below. And also, if you're watching over on Facebook, be sure to give this page a like and a follow to see more videos just like this one. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, welcome back to the Aspie world where we think differently daily. What is up, my different thinker fam? Hope you guys are, sharing the love, and if you're watching over on like Instagram or something, give this double tapping the love heart. Let me know that you're loving this, or give video a like. Let me know that you feeling the love right now. Guys, I have a free PDF autism life hacks book. If you want to get your hands on it, just simply click in the card above here, or in the description down below, or on the end slate of this video, and you'll be able to download that book completely free. And I know that you guys are gonna love it because I made it for you guys, a little gift, because you're awesome. Okay, so I've been thinking about the differences between male and female on the autism spectrum, and I've done a bunch of different videos about girls on the autism spectrum and girls with Asperger's syndrome, and I think that it's really interesting to look at the different types of symptoms that people probably would have definitely missed, or they just kind of like glaze over or don't even notice, because let's face it, people always are thinking that girls, it's the last thing people think about. They don't think girls are going to be on the autism spectrum. They just don't, right? And I did a video all about the shocking reasons why, but simply, people are still going off that 3-to-1 ratio where guys are 3 times more likely than girls to actually have a diagnosis, which is completely preposterous and bizarre, but that's the world we currently live in, but it is changing. So I decided to put down 3 of the most interesting traits and symptoms of Asperger's in women that you probably would have just completely glazed over and not even noticed. So I wanted to put this out there as an awareness campaign, really. So all that's coming up, I'm really excited to get in there and dive in. Also, if you're watching this video and you want to help somebody like your child or yourself on the autism spectrum, and you don't know where to go, I actually have just released a world exclusive premium autism membership subscription website where you can sign up and pay monthly to actually have access to monthly courses that I release specifically for helping with home life and autism and all that kind of jazz. And there's free PDF downloads that go with that, and also there will be a monthly coaching group video call session where I video call you guys and we talk about it, and you can ask me questions directly and I can guide you in a personal way, and I answer every single question. It's going to be amazing. If you want access to that, it's very exclusive and there's only a certain amount of people that are in there, but you can definitely sign up right now at levelupautism.net. Do it right now, don't miss out. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to talk about here is collecting items. Now, girls on the autism spectrum will be, in most cases, obsessive collectors of a certain type of genre or a certain thing, right? It could be stuffed toys, books, DVD collections, or their favorite obsessional topic. It could be like anime or manga or something, right? But they will collect it. They'll collect the stuff. They'll have like a large collection of all their goodies and their things that they love, and they'll know everything about it, and then they'll really get into that subject, and I'll become like probably the best collector this side of the world on, whatever the subject is Hello Kitty plush toys or something. They'll know exactly all the names of the Hello Kitty plush toys, they'll collect all of them, and they'll have this lovely collection of Hello Kitty plush toys that nobody else in the world will ever have, right? And it's really interesting because a lot of people say like, oh, well, it's just them, that's their personality, they just like to collect stuff. But it's actually a very common trait with girls on the autism spectrum, especially the collection side of things of very niche markets. And it could be as small as collecting anything to do with Twilight, right? But like the Twilight book collection and then subsequent books that relate to Twilight, it could be a small collection, but it's everything within that very niche, tight kind of collector's circle there. And I think that's very fascinating. And I think it's really interesting. I love it. I love the fact that there's females on the spectrum that do this, but it's definitely an oversight. People always overlook this as being a symptom or a symptomatic trait of autism, and it's definitely something that you should look into if you're questioning if a girl's on the autism spectrum. Okay, and number 2 is hoarding object relationships. Now, this sounds completely crazy, but what I mean by this is women on the autism spectrum will usually have a habit of not being able to get rid of certain objects like shoes or clothing or whatever, because they will have a relationship with that item like the item almost has a personality. They will have an affinity for the item because that item has a personality to them that brings them some kind of joy or relationship, right? And so they won't be able to just, get new clothes and throw out the old ones. They may still have the completely, out of shaped shoes that they wore, like that don't even fit them anymore, completely wrecked and trashed and dirt all over them from like 3 or 4 years ago. You know, but they won't get rid of them because they have an affinity for them, and it's hard for them to get rid of them. But of course, when you have affinity for everything you own, it becomes a hoard, because then you don't get rid of anything. And we all need to get rid of things and recycle things, and we grow out of things, and life is never changing process. But in terms of girls in the autism spectrum, having this object relationship and having this object have personalities type of mindset, they just, I don't know, they kind of start to hoard stuff, and they won't get rid of clothes. And people and girls in the autism spectrum will have a lot of clothes sometimes because of that relationship. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, you have to go to video a thumbs up, because I just know there's loads of people out there being like, that guy's talking about my daughter right now, like, that's her, that's R. Kelly or whatever. R. Kelly is a singer. I meant like our Kelly, not R. Kelly, like the singer. Anyway, he's trapped in the closet. Quite fitting for a closed conversation. Regardless of that, no jokes, all jokes aside. All jokes, no jokes aside. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All that stuff aside, hoarding can be a real issue, and it's something that can help. Like, therapy for OCD can definitely help with this, because I suppose it is a form of OCD, but OCD does come hand in hand with autism. So definitely look at that. I mean, if it's an issue in your life, then this is why. Okay, so number 3 is not emotionally connected. Girls with autism are more likely to not want to be hugged. So the girls in the autism spectrum may have deeper connections to their emotions, as in they may feel emotions deeper, but they won't be able to have that tactile, sensual relationship with touch and feel through emotion. So girls, you know, when they're younger, they may not want to be picked up as little children. They don't want that kind of actual tactile emotion, or they don't want to be hugged or like, you know, kissed on the cheek and stuff. This may be a very standoff situation, and so that kind of tactile emotional connection is very difficult and to kind of process in females in the autism spectrum. And you'll definitely see this kind of distance between them and the other people. It's more common in like hugs when the person is older, but very common in females as little girls. You know, when you try to pick them up and give them a hug, or you pick them up to move them, they don't want that tactile emotional response, especially if it's around happiness or sadness, you know, when there's actually emotional kind of situation to really go hand in hand with the reason that you're picking them up or moving them or touching their cheek or giving them a high five or whatever it is. This is very interesting. So it's not that they don't have any emotional connection, it's just not emotionally connected to physical tactile sense. And it's a very interesting and often forgotten about and overlooked, because a lot of people say like, oh, she's shy, oh, she's independent, oh, she's doing, and it's not because they are any of those things. It's actually down to an autism spectrum disorder, because of the way that their communication in their brain is dealing with that situation, with how they handle emotions and how they deal with everything that is going on. Now, I have a question for you. If you think this video has value to offer other people, please could you share it on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and that would be super awesome. If you haven't already, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you have anything to add, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.